Who is it? Oh, come on in. Yeah, go ahead and close both doors. Lock up the screen door, the glass door, and then close the big door. I just turned the AC off. It's nice and even. Hey, it's my lovely queen. To God be the glory, great things he's done. So loved he the world that he gave you and me and my queen, his son. Did you know he yielded his life an atonement for sin? Have you ever heard anything like that? And opened the life gate that all may go in. You know, I don't know if you ever heard that there was a man who lived on the earth named Jesus Christ. Now, many people get it confused because he was a man who lived on the earth. They think that he was a created human being, but this Jesus Christ, this man, is the one who created every human being. He's the one that maintains all things. He is the creator God. Have you ever met God? I know you met God, right? Yeah. Welcome. If you've never heard this, Jesus Christ is the Son of God, divine. He created all things. When the Father said, light be, Jesus Christ made the light be. And he's still making the light be. He's making your light be. He's making my light be. Ain't that right? Yeah. Hey, thank you for those tacos. Really great. Nice and crunchy. I wish I understood how my eyes worked. I see very good, but sometimes they don't. Oh, you went to the conference, the ladies' conference today on what prenatal care. Ah. Hey, ma'am, sir, let me set you free. If you lost your virginity because of molestation or an accident or something, you know God will restore your virginity. What do you really know about sexual intercourse anyway? What does anybody know about sexual intercourse? We talked about that last night. What does anybody know about sexual intercourse? Only thing we know about sexual intercourse or romance is what you hear on television or Hollywood. And that's not the word, you know. See, sex is a God idea. And the best way to have sex, and the only way to have sex, scratch the best. The only way to have sex God's way is to be married to one man to one woman. Civil unions don't cut it. Same-sex marriages don't cut it. And it would be best if both of you be the redeemed. Are you one of the redeemed? You could very well be. My queen and I, we were redeemed and didn't know it. The redeemed are in every religion, every race, every color, creed, if you want to call it that, all over the world. But God is calling his redeemed out from among Christians, Christianity, Islam, Jehovah's Witness, Mormonism, agnosticism, atheism, socialism, social justice. He's calling people out from all of that man-made junk so that he can speak to your spirit. You know, he has a work called the Bible, and it's a book that's the only book of its kind. It's the only work on paper that you can put your hands on, his love letter, that deals with our spirits first. Did you know that you are a spirit, like the one who created you? We are human beings. We are spirits who possess souls that are housed in these bodies, these clay-made vessels. But don't get it twisted. God expects every human being to walk holy. It's the way of holiness. The way of holiness is the only way. The only way to walk the way of holiness is to study God's word every day, get to know the Lord every day. You know, you don't just read the Bible. You read the Bible, but then you get to know the author of the Bible. Then that way he brings the word to life. That's what he did in my life. But you got to turn at his rebuke. Don't you read? He said, turn at my rebuke. Proverbs chapter 1. Turn at my rebuke. He says, surely I will pour out my spirit upon you. It won't just be in you. It'll be upon you. He says, surely I will make my words known unto you. It's not something we can get with human rationale. You know what? I quit going to black churches because I didn't realize the perversion. And once I did, I quit going because I didn't want to go hear no bulldagger play the piano. I didn't want to go hear no weirdness play the piano. I don't like hooping preaching. I like preaching that's revelatory, something I can get a hold of and eat and use. Bread, milk, meat, or as I say, milk, bread, and meat for your soul. That's what 7th Trumpet Tel-A-Vision TV is all about. This channel is not about trying to propagate anything other than the true gospel, which is the gospel of the kingdom of heaven. And if you follow the gospel of the kingdom of heaven, you won't want to be a Christian. I think it's interesting that I hear Mr. Jennings and some of the others on here on YouTube. If you want to be saved, sanctified, and filled with God's Spirit, you must renounce Christian, Mr. Geno Jennings and all the rest of you. You can't be a Christian and be saved. I'm not trying to be funny, but if you are truly saved, sanctified, and filled with the Spirit of God, you won't want to associate yourself with some white man's religion, because Christian is a white man's religion. Christianity and Christian teachings are white man's teachings. Red, yellow, black, brown, those teachings are off limits to you. So you don't want nobody trying to make you a Christian and you're a red, yellow, black, or brown man. You don't want nobody trying to make you a Christian if you're a white man. You got to renounce that. Every human being, every race, every creed, every color must renounce man-made religion in order for God to speak to your spirit. That's it. Good point, McQueen. You're very pretty. Okay. Thank you for dropping that package. Okay. Yeah. You and me talking to a young lady? She hadn't had sex yet? Okay. Well, I know you know what to tell her. Sex belongs in the confines of marriage. You know, sex is a God idea. And sex in the confines of a holy marriage between one man and one woman, and that's all that counts. Sex between one man and one woman in holy matrimony is like a beautiful fire in the fireplace. I love fireplaces. What about you? But sex anywhere else outside of marriage, same-sex marriage, civil unions, is like an out-of-control forest fire, brush fire, just destroys everything in its path. And in the end, you don't get anything but chemical gratification. Your souls don't get lifted. That's why you go from relationship to relationship, and your spirit is not edified. And if your spirit dies, I die. My spirit is me. Your spirit is you. So, hey, get with that. Yeah. How old is she? 12. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, they're starting early with sex these days. 12-year-old girl wanting to have sex. She don't have a boyfriend, does she? Oh boy, we're trying to have boyfriends. 12-year-old girlfriend, 12-year-old boyfriends. That's a disaster waiting to happen. Okay, sweetheart. I love you with the love of the Lord. Hey, y'all better get it, man. Sex belongs in the confines of marriage. And if you're a young teenager, 12, 13, you don't need to be dealing with sex. You need to be dealing with, and if you're grown up, 18 years old and older, you need to understand that, you're not your own. Sex is a God idea. And if you want God's blessing on your life, don't kiss on your first date and wait until you marry before you kiss. The first kiss should be when you're married. Not before then. I heard a statistic that said that people who kiss on the first date, they have a 95%, probably a 98% failure rate in marriage. You high school sweethearts and stuff. Hey, don't get it twisted. There is a God. Have you ever met him? He's not you. He's not me. And he would love to introduce himself to you. I'm going to try to do my best to help introduce him to you. Non-Christian, non-religious, non-preachy. I don't have the right to preach. The Lord reserves the right to preach because he can change your life. Believe me, Jesus Christ, the Lord, can change your life. He did it for me.